What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dean, aka the Blue Crusader. So in this video we're going to be talking about the brand new Minecraft snapshot that's just dropped. This is literally the first snapshot update for Minecraft 1.16. This is the Nether update. So basically they've just dropped the first snapshot, which is the Snapshot 20w06a, and this has got all of the new features which are added in the Nether. This is obviously an experimental release because it's a snapshot, but we're going to be going over the patch notes and I'm going to be talking about just what they've added, and then at the end of the video we're going to jump into a little bit of gameplay and show you all those new things in action in the Nether. So if you do want to see just the gameplay and you don't want to see me just talking about everything first, you can skip ahead in the video. Just skip ahead and find the part where we actually play the game and the gameplay will be there. So without further ado, let's jump into the update. So this is on the Minecraft.net website basically. So they've added the brand new Nether update and they're excited to share it because it contains new biomes, blocks and a new ore called ancient debris. Now that's pretty interesting. I'm wondering what we can use this new ore from. So basically they've added some new blocks. Knockdown resistance is now a scale instead of a probability, which is pretty good. That'll definitely affect PvP, I'm guessing. They've added the Crimson Forest biome. They've added hoglins. They don't do much yet, but they're those kind of different kind of piglets, which are similar to zombie pigmen, but they have flappy ears. Patrols no longer spawn when the player is close to any village, so that's talking about things like pillagers. They've added netherite ore, which is interesting. More blocks. They've added soulsand valley biome. Walls do not have gaps anymore when stacked vertically. That's just another visual change. And they've added the warped forest biome. So far we have the Crimson Forest, the Warped Forest and the Soulsand Valley. So I'm pretty sure we have 3 new biomes, a whole bunch of blocks and a new NPC. So what are the blocks that they've actually added? So they've got 2 new wood-like materials, which are Crimson Stems and Warped Stems, Basalt blocks, which are found as pillars, new ground surface blocks, which are Crimson Nylium and Warped Nylium or Nylium, new vegetation, nether sprouts, crimson roots and warped roots. That's obviously in the Crimson Forest, I'm guessing, which are kind of like fungi or similar to fungi and netherwarts. They have crimson and warped fungi, which you can affect with bone meal if you want to grow them quicker. Warped blocks, weeping vines that grow from the bottom of a block downwards. A new natural light source called shroom light, so that's going to be kind of like an organic plant which we can place, fungi, to create a natural light source, which is going to make things interesting, especially when we use shaders. The lighting emitted from those are probably going to look super cool. Then the soul soil. Whenever fire burns on soul soil, it burns with a blue flame. Bringing out the blue flames, I did release a nether video showcasing the best nether mods, and a lot of them had blue fire in some of the biomes, so it's really nice that we're actually seeing that in the game. Then the soul soil can be used to craft soul torches, and those can be made into soul lanterns, so more lighting sources. Bone meal or netherrack can spread nylium. Crimson forests are found in the nether, so what does the Crimson Forest bring? So basically the crimson nylium carpets the cave floor with all kinds of strange vegetation, so it was in the Crimson Forest like I said. Huge crimson fungi make up the trees of this forest with shroom lights lighting up the floor, so these shroom lights naturally occur and they spawn and emit light. The weeping vines grow from the cave ceilings and fungi, and hoglins wander the forest. Crimson spawns swirl through the air. So it's interesting to see that we're going to see caves in the Crimson Forest. Caves inside this biome in the Nether. That's pretty interesting. Then there's netherite, which we mentioned. This is a high level material and you use it to actually upgrade your diamond gear. So this is going to be another way to upgrade diamonds. So we already have enchanting tables to do that. Now we're going to have netherite to do that. So it adds more of an end game progression to the game, which is something that Minecraft kind of needed as an update. Ancient debris is found in the lower depths of the Nether and there's no risk at mining this, and you can refine into netherite scrap in a furnace. If you use a blast furnace, it's quicker. Combining 4 nether scrap with 4 gold ingots will make a netherite ingot. Interesting. Netherite items float in lava, so you don't lose all your gear after that unplanned lava bath. So, if you upgrade your diamond gear with a netherite and then you die in lava, your armor will not disappear or get destroyed. That's a really nice upgrade. I do like that because it takes a long time to get all those diamonds. So, that's a good way of keeping your gear from disappearing, although on servers things automatically disappear. Netherite have higher enchantment value than diamond. The tools work faster and last longer, so it will actually increase the durability, and the weapons are increased in damage. It adds toughness and durability to the armor, and it gives knockback resistance. So like we said before, instead of it being a chance now, they have actually changed the knockback resistance as well, which we covered at the start of the video. So you barely get knocked back at all when hit with projectiles such as arrows. So this is a huge update. This is a huge thing to actually get through. So Soulsand Valley is an open space which is comprising of soul sand and soul soil, basalt pillars. There's fossil remains of unknown creatures from the past that litter the valley. So a lot of mods in the Nether, they have skeletons and fossils of different dinosaurs and creatures. It looks like they've brought some inspiration to the real Nether update in Minecraft from these mods. And ash falls through the air. There's a light blue glow that envelopes the valley, so the biome dimension has a little bit of a different tint to it. And skeletons spawn here, so I'm guessing wither skeletons spawn here, not normal skeletons. Gas can be heard at a closer range, and there's updated block sounds for bone blocks, netherrack, soul sand, nether wart, nether bricks, and quartz ore, so they've generally just enhanced the sound. Warped forests can be found in the Nether. Nilium carpets the cave floor with all kinds of vegetation. Fungi makes up the trees of this forest, with shroom lights lighting up the forest floor. A dark blue fog covers the forest, with warped spores which swirl through the air. The warped forests are strange, but also the least hostile place of Nether. So the warped forest is not going to have as many tough enemies in, I guess. So what else is in the update that doesn't have to do with the Nether? So the old Nether biome is now called Nether Wastes, so there's going to be a way to access this if you make a mod, or if you're in the old biome it will be labelled as Nether Wastes. Shipwrecks and ocean ruins are a bit less common, so you get more excited when you find one. I think this is a much needed change because ocean ruins and shipwrecks are just too common, especially with certain seeds, so it's nice that they made them a little bit rarer. There's a locate biome command. This is amazing because maybe now we don't have to use third-party mods. One of the best mods to find biomes is Nature's Compass. You can teleport to biomes, you can find biomes. So when you're in creative mode, when you're looking for a biome and don't want to fly around randomly, which I've had that problem when making a mod, you can search for it and type locate biome and then the biome name. That's interesting. Okay, that's a really nice update. There's new particles and there's a lot of different bugs. I'm not going to go through all these bugs because they will literally take me all day, but that's the update. It took nearly 10 minutes to cover that update, around 6 or 7 minutes in total. All of the bugs, you guys can read it. I'm going to leave the link to this update article in the description below so you guys can actually read this, especially if you want to read about all these bugs and read everything over yourself. I'm going to leave the link in the description below. Now we're going to actually get into the game and check out some of the new stuff. So without further ado, let's actually jump into the new snapshot. Okay, now I'm actually in the snapshot itself, so I'm just going to make a new world and I'm just going to call it Nether Update just for the purpose of the video. I'm going to go on creative mode and jump into the world. So we want to create a nether portal and we want to go into the dimension and just see what all these new changes are. So first of all, we're going to take a look at the items. Okay, I'm just going to go into creative mode, look at all the brand new items and the new creatures, and then we're actually going to go into the Nether itself. Okay, so we'll just grab a few of these new stuff. We don't really need any armor or any special stuff because right now we're actually in creative mode. So let's take a look at these new items. Okay, so we're in a brand new world. What have we actually got? So already you can see there's some new stuff on the building blocks category. The netherite armor we talked about, guys, we talked about it upgrading the diamond armor at the start of the video, but in fact this isn't just upgraded armor in terms of just a specialized diamond armor. This is actually a full set of new tools. So you'll see we have an axe, a shovel, pickaxe, literally everything. We have netherite armor, leggings, stuff like that. So this is literally a full armor set. So if I just put it on, you'll see it actually looks pretty cool. To be honest, it actually looks like it could be an obsidian set. So this is what netherite looks like. This is the brand new armor which they've actually added. So we could actually test that, okay? I'd like to actually test the tools, okay? Just as like a comparison, because I want to see how they actually perform against the other stuff. So I'm going to compare the axe to the iron axe, and then I'm going to compare the pickaxe to the iron pickaxe, just because I want to see what the actual difference is. So if we just drop into survival mode right now, then I can actually try this out. So how long does it take to destroy with both tools? So this is an iron pick, pretty quick, and that's a netherite pick, so it's not that much quicker, but it's definitely quicker by a few milliseconds. So the tools do seem to be better. Let's actually try this with wood. So this is the wooden axe and this is the netherite axe. So they seem pretty similar. I think the netherite is kind of like diamond, if not a little bit better, but they do kind of seem a little bit like iron in terms of how they perform. So now I'd like to see how much damage they do. Okay, so I'm going to spawn zombies. I'm going to spawn 1, 2 zombies. Okay, that's not a good idea. I'm going to set the time to night so the zombies don't burn. For some reason, they are still burning. Okay, I'm just going to kill that zombie. Right, let's make it fair. So I'll spawn 2 zombies. I'll go into survival mode. And let's see how much damage it does. So first of all, we're going to need a real sword. So we'll get an iron sword. And let's see how much damage we do, okay? So this is the iron sword. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 fully charged swipes kills it. So 3 swipes with the netherite kills it, and 4 swipes with the iron sword kills it. So that's just a comparison of the damage that we're actually looking at, okay? And there was changes to the knockback. As you can see, those arrows from the skeletons literally did not knock me back whatsoever. So it is very apparent that the knockback values have been changed, because usually arrows knock you back a lot. Let's just take a look at some of the other stuff. So now we have these normal tools. We've had a look at the netherite. What else have we got? So we also have block of netherite, and we have ancient debris, and we have a few ingots and stuff like that. So let's have a look at these. So this is the block of netherite. As you can see, it's a metal block, kind of like the same as a diamond block would be, all of the gemstone blocks, and it has kind of like a metal sound when you place it, a little bit like an anvil, and it actually looks pretty nice. Like if you look at the texture, usually gem blocks like iron and gold, they look absolutely horrible to actually build a base with, especially diamond blocks because they're just so bright. But this netherite block actually looks like you could make a cool compound or some kind of base out of it. Then there's the ancient debris, which you mine, which is kind of like a stone sound, which is pretty cool. And then these are the ingots. So you have netherite ingot and then netherite scrap, which we use to upgrade stuff with, and we use to actually make into the ingots. So that's the new netherite stuff. So into the building blocks category, let's see what we've got in the building blocks category. So starting from the top, we have the crimson nilium, the warped nilium, and a few other blocks. So here we have warped planks, so that's a new type of wood, and we have crimson planks. So we have 2 new wood variations which look really nice. I like these wood variations, crimson and warped, and they definitely look like you can make some really nice fancy looking bases with. Then we have the crimson nilium and the warped nilium, which are kind of like grassy blocks, which are pretty cool, so they're dirt sort of blocks. And then we have the actual stems which we make those woods from. So we have the warped stem and the crimson stem, which are from the crimson forest. So as you can see, these are what we actually cut with an axe to actually make into those wooden planks. So moving on to decoration blocks as a category, okay? So this is the next category. We have crimson roots now, which are from the forest. We have warped fungi, crimson fungi. We have a lot of different mushrooms, weeping vines, nether sprouts, warped roots, all these different decorative blocks. And we have these soul fire torches. So I'll just show you a few of these. So these are the new torches. And if we set the time to night, you'll see that the torches do illuminate everything quite nicely. But they have a nice flame, but for the most part, they're just kind of the same as normal torches. Then we have the decorative blocks, which we can place on everything. So this is the warped roots. Then we have the nether sprouts, the weeping vines, which I'm not sure how these are actually placed yet, okay, because these are supposed to go directly under something, I'm pretty sure. So we could literally just test that. Should we test that? So let's just break some blocks here. Okay, so yeah, these vines, they can only dangle from the ceiling, so you find these in caves and stuff. So the only way to actually have these vines placed is actually from dangling them from above. Then we have crimson fungi, warped fungi, and crimson roots. So obviously we have the crimson forest and the warped forest, and these are basically where all these different red and blue blocks come from. But there's a lot more on decoration, okay? Decoration is a pretty big category. You can see that we use the brand new woods to actually make coloured fences of the same colour, which is really cool. So you can see this is actually what the wood will look like. So you can see obviously it's the same colour as the normal wood blocks, which connect really nicely. And they all connect together seamlessly. So like with most woods, we can use the purple crimson fence with the warped fence, and they will all connect together nicely. So that's just a kind of look at most of the wooden blocks. Then we'll look down into the miscellaneous category. So let's have a look what's new in the update down here. So miscellaneous is where we actually spawn things. So we will actually find the new spawn eggs of the mobs. So we have the brand new Hoglin spawn egg here, and that's next to the pig one, and I will spawn the zombie pigman one just for reference. Okay, so this is the normal zombie pigman that you guys have seen, okay? I'm not sure if they've changed the texture, I'm pretty sure they've kept it the same. It definitely looks like it's decaying here, which I'm not sure if it was kind of like that before, but I'm pretty sure that's the same. So that's the normal zombie pigman, and then I will spawn, obviously, the pigs. So here's the 2 pig mobs that we originally had, but now we also have this, which is the Hoglin. So the Hoglin is not the actual villager pigs. This is the boars. So these are kind of like wild boars. And we'll see how long it takes to attack. So as you can see, it's really glitchy to attack them. You have to hit them underneath the belly. And they take around 6 hits to kill, around 5 or 6 hits to kill. But if you hit them directly on, they don't take any damage. So they're kind of glitchy right now and they don't really do so much. I think they definitely need to be programmed and fully coded to actually be worked into the game completely. And the hitboxes aren't so good because we have to strike them underneath. The Hoglins definitely need some work, but that's the brand new mob which they've added. Then I've showed you the tools, which are the netherite before, and the netherite weapons. This Phantom membrane may be a new item, but I'm pretty sure that was in the game before, so I can't really tell for sure if that was added. But that's basically all the items which they've added in the brand new Nether update. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to build a portal and we're going to go and just kind of explore, and we'll see what biomes we can find and just give you a general look around and just see how the Nether looks now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spawn some obsidian, and then we'll get our flint and tinder and we'll create a quick portal. And now we'll go through, and it works exactly the same as the old Nether would, to light the portal and go through, and we'll just see what's on the other side. Okay, so now we've gone through, you can see we already have these blocks, okay, which are these Nilium blocks. You can see this is the Crimson Nilium, which we just come out to see, and we're just going to take a look. So Crimson Nilium is all around the Nether, and there's these hanging shrubs which hang around. These are the weeping vines, I think, that we saw earlier. And as you can see, the vines hang down from the grassy fungi sort of blocks, and then here's that root, which is the new bark, which is basically the new tree. And up here, we have a glowing block. So if we just go into survival mode, then I can mine this and we'll just see what the actual block is. As you can see, this is shroom lights, which we didn't cover in creative mode, so that's one block that I forgot about. These are the natural shroom lights, so they're kind of like glowstone, but they're supposed to be fungi, and you can already hear zombie pigmen are close by. So that's what the new trees look like, and so that's what those blocks look like. Okay, we've seen the trees, we've seen the bark and the natural spawns. They've changed a few of the sounds when we step on things and a few of the older blocks. And we're just going to see if we can try and find some of the new biomes right now. So we're going to explore around the Nether a little bit and see what we can find. So as you can see now, what we've dropped down into, this is clearly the brand new Crimson Forest biome. So I'm pretty sure this was the tougher biome. As you can see, we have all these crops, we have a lot of shrubbery and fungi on the floor, and you'll see that this is probably a pretty hard biome to tackle in terms of difficulty, or it will be when it's fully added to the game, because you can see over here there are quite a few of these brand new Hoglin mobs, and these Hoglin boars basically spawn quite in abundance. You'll see there's quite a lot of them here. We've already seen like 5 or 6 in literally such a small area, so it's full of zombie pigmen as usual, but then there's tons of these Hoglins. And you'll see there's a few small caves here which have this kind of dust, these fungi dust particles which we mentioned earlier. So that's the Crimson Forest biome. Okay, that's pretty interesting stuff. You can see it goes on for a very long time. These are very huge biomes by default, and they have a lot of mobs inside them. But what kind of adds the different variation is the fact that the Crimson Forest biome is completely red and it's quite nice to explore, but the other biome is kind of like a blue biome, so it kind of adds different ends of the color spectrum to the Nether and makes it have some variation. Now, one thing what we can do is we can type in locate biome, which is the brand new command, and we can go through this list of different things and it'll suggest all the biomes. So you can see it says Crimson Forest here, so if we press enter, if we type in locate biome and then go down until we find the right one that we want to find, hopefully we'll find one out of the Nether. You'll see we have Nether Wastes. We can click on that, and then if we press space and press enter, you'll see it says the nearest Nether Wastes is at 226 blocks away. So it will tell us the coordinates where we can actually find these brand new biomes, which is super cool. So this is the Crimson Forest. If we wanted to find the Nether Wastes, that's how we would find it. So we can repeat the command and it'll say 91 blocks away. So if you're kind of confused about how coordinates work, we can keep just flying forwards for an example, and it will tell us how many more blocks away we are. So it says 3 blocks away now, so we're basically in the Nether Wastes here, okay? This is the Nether Wastes. This is just kind of like the standard biome, which is just the normal Nether, and you'll see it's just full of glowstone and quartz and how the normal Nether used to be. So that's how to use the new locate biome command, and that is what the Nether looks like, including the Crimson Forest. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash a like on the video and click subscribe and turn on notifications for daily Minecraft videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.